Okie dokie. This is the segment where we're going to explore the Live at the Blues Café 25th Anniversary Remastered Edition. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Blues Café, and I'll let you hear some of the songs. I'm also going to direct you to the playlist for this because some of the songs are cover songs, and I don't want to get flagged for a copyright infringement. First of all, I'm going to talk about the venue. The Blues Café was located at the corner of Carson and 19th Street in the south side of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. During the time that I played there, it was just a great time to be in Pittsburgh and in the South Side. It felt safe, and it was just a fun time. There were a lot of different venues in the South Side that were bustling. So I played there for about 18 years, and 7 years, I believe, on Saturdays. And then I had to make a change because I was doing double headers on Saturdays, and they were kind of kicking mine and the band's butt. We were doubling out a lot, many times Saturdays and Sundays. So I had to make the move to Sunday, and it ended up being a really, really great day, and we were there for 11 years. The staff was incredible. The ownership was great. I mean, it was just a perfect gig. The clientele, it was just, man, I mean, what a blessing for me and all of the musicians that played. We had such a great time there, and I can't say how thankful and grateful I am to have had that time. All right, so this is where I'm going to tell you a little bit about the gig itself. The band played in a balcony, and audience was down below. So we had to kind of point speakers, angle them at them. And I used to get out into the crowd with my wireless guitar and my wireless headset. And I would do that, but most of the time I spent on the bandstand with the band. And there was an older gentleman named John the Greek that frequented the South Side and was at our show every week. And he seemed to enjoy it. Well, when I would do my runaround through the crowd, one day he said, "Get on the bar." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Get on the bar." So I thought, okay. I said, he may beat me up if I don't. No, he was a neat guy. He was kind of gruff, but not mean. Anyway, got on the bar. It went really well. Played on the bar for a little bit, got back down. And it was kind of cumbersome getting on and off the bar, you know. So next gig, I do the same thing. Go through the crowd. John the Greek, "Get on the bar." So I said, "Oh, okay, I'm on the bar again." Well, that day, I thought, I'm not going to keep getting up and down off the bar. I'm just going to stay up here. And people seemed to really love it. And it became the thing. And in fact, other venues started asking me to get on their bar as well. So I owe it all to John the Greek. So from the bar area, I really couldn't switch my guitar pedals. So my sounds, I couldn't change them. So my dear friend and wonderful and talented bassist and vocalist George Elliott had the job of switching my pedals to change my sounds. So he knew how to operate my gear, and that's how we did it. He would switch my sounds. So if I were playing a rhythm guitar sound, I'd have a certain sound, lead sounds, all that stuff. He was the guy. So that's what we did. I played the bar for many years, and I only fell off twice in 18 years. So I think I did okay. So here are some shots of me on the bar at the Blues Café and the wonderful crowd that was there every week. All right, so you can see behind the bar the woman that's in the red sweater, that's the lovely and talented Percy. And there was no one like Percy Marsili. She passed away. I miss her so much. What a wonderful woman. And also behind the bar would be Pete Galamas Jr. His father and his mom, they owned the place. And Pete Jr. is just a great guy and a really dear friend. I love him. You can see the crowd, and it was pretty much that way every week. Here's a shot of the lovely Percy and myself. I can't tell you how blessed I was to be around her. I was there for 18 years, and there wasn't one day in 18 years where she didn't greet me with a hug and a kiss. And I really was grateful for everybody there, the staff, the ownership. I'm telling you, it was a really, really good thing. And of course, the crowd. Special time, really special. So besides the venue and the ownership and the great crowd, I was blessed to have some wonderful musicians and human beings with me there performing music. So I had 3 different drummers on this CD because the recordings were from different shows and over a time period. So the first picture I'm going to show you, Sonny Pugar was playing drums, the great Sonny Pugar. And Sonny passed from colon cancer. And he was a dear friend and a wonderful player. And I'm so glad that he's documented on this live CD. And make sure you check out the song Wish You Didn't Have to Go. It's a song I wrote for my grandparents, and he just played beautifully. So thankful to have had him on this. So left to right in this picture, that's Sonny Pugar. That would be me. Next, that's the wonderful and talented George Elliott and Tom Salyers on keyboards, who I did just many years of gigs with. Great guys, all of them. The next picture had a different drummer on some of the songs, the incredible John Safara. John played in a band called The Glass Harp. They were on Decca Records back in the 70s, and he is great friends with a tremendous guitarist named Phil Keggy. So some of you may know who these guys are, and if you don't, get into the history books of music and check them out, because John's a wonderful drummer and just a great guy. I love this guy. So in this photo, John is on the left, the far left. You can see him holding a cymbal. Next to him is my dear, dear friend Curtis Swift, who can play like crazy. He's a saxophonist and just a great guy. Again, Tom Salyers, keyboardist, myself in the black, of course. And then again, George Elliott on the right there. So the next photo contains a drummer that I have played with on and off for many years. I think we met around 1986, and we became fast friends, and he's still to this day one of my best friends on planet Earth. On the left-hand side, that is Rick Dickerson. He's on one song on the CD, but I'm just so thankful he's on it. So Rick Dickerson on the far left, next to him again, Tom Salyers, me, and then John Hall is just an incredible bass player, and he's not on this CD, but he did play on some of my other stuff. In fact, there's a song I wrote for my brother called Victor Vicious, and John played just some nasty funk bass on it. But John and I have played together quite a bit, and I love the guy, and he happens to be in this picture because he was in one of the formations of the band that played at the Blues Café. All right, we're going to get to the music.